Record. Okay, folks, so here we are in our final assignment. So this did have, it had a weird date as well. But the original intention was for you guys to prototype your whole desktop website and your whole mobile website. And I just thought that was maybe going to be a bit too much for you guys to take in and accomplish. So I have scaled it back, and here's where we are. So everything's the same. Potentially, you're creating comps from your wireframes. It should be your 5 pages. Once you're complete, you're going to create an interactive element on your desktop using XD or InVision. I'm going to go through both of them today. I think for the most part, people are using XD, but if you're using Illustrator or Photoshop to create your comps, then you'll need to prototype in InVision. Okay, so this is the same. Step 2, create an interactive prototype in InVision of an element in desktop. So I'm going to ask you guys to do your navigation. So once you complete your comps, you'll follow the steps accordingly, depending on the application. So if you use something other than XD, so for instance, Photoshop or Illustrator, you will export your desktop artboards as JPEG or PNG. Then we're going to be importing them into InVision, and we're going to create an interactive prototype for the desktop navigation. Navigation only. And you're like, what the hell? How do I do that? We're going to do that today, and we're going to record it. If you're using XD, almost the same, except you kind of skip a step. You don't have to export. Oops, sorry, this is wrong. That shouldn't be there. This is not. Oh, goodness. Oh, yes, actually, sorry. You can do either. So you can either export your desktop as JPEG or PNG, import them into InVision and create the prototype as you did here, or you can prototype directly from XD. So it's not to say you can't use if you're don't like the way InVision or XD is working with the prototyping, you can create an InVision. It's essentially like create a poster, folks, and from that poster, I need a PDF. So essentially a PDF is a PDF, but you could have created that poster in Photoshop. You could have done it in InDesign. You could have done it in Illustrator, as long as I have a PDF. This is the same. As long as I have a prototype, it could be done either way. The last thing that I have defined is our check-in. I know I mentioned that before, but this is defined. So you must sign up for one of the 2. So we have 2 weeks left. We have next week and the week after before this is due. And you guys must sign up for one of the 2 of them. So you can sign up for either next Monday or April 5th is down at the bottom tab. Oopsies, this should say April 5th. Goodness, here I think I have all things ready and I don't. I'm just going to do that now before that slips my mind again. So my suggestion would be, the dates are in 2 different tabs, just to let you know, if potentially you had a lot of edits to your wireframe, or if you're feeling very lost in any of this stuff, I would suggest booking yourself for one of the earlier ones before we get too far down the rabbit hole, and then we're the week before and it's like you got a lot more work to go. So I would suggest booking in here. If you're like, I think I'm good, I'm feeling comfortable, my feedback was good from when I had that meeting, I'm gonna just make sure I check in. Last one, go for it. If y'all are feeling like I'm gonna need assistance both times because I really, really need some help here, then you can go ahead and book both time slots. With the time constraints, that might get a little bit difficult because of so many students and not enough time slots, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. If you do need to, maybe just give me a heads up, and maybe it just is arranging it outside of the class hours or once the class is done. So this way I make sure I get through everybody first. Does that make sense? Sure, we got a chat here. Is the school open on Good Friday and Easter Monday? Good question. Oh no, Easter is Monday.
Yeah, because that's April 5th is Easter Monday. So I didn't know if school was open or going on that day.
Yes. It would not. It's probably open Friday. because Good Friday isn't always. Oh wait, or is Good Friday the stat? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one.
I'm
Thank you
pretty
for
sure Good
rating.
Friday is a stat. I don't go to work on Good Fridays.
Which one was that, Alex? Sorry, repeat that.
Good Friday. I'm pretty sure Good Friday is a stat holiday.
Friday. Okay, and I think you're right. Yeah, and the Monday, because it's supposed to be sudden. Yeah, yes, I think you're right. So we'll be good, but that's going to put a hiccup for the other class. Okay, I will confirm that, but I believe you're right, Alex. So hopefully that won't affect you guys. Sadly, it will affect the other class. Dang. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys in regards to checking in. So again, that is part of your grade. If you look at the rubric, checking in, signed up for a one-on-one meeting, that's part of it. So you must hit that or it's a 0, okay? Unless something comes up and you're like, whoops, I really can't X, Y, Z, we'll arrange that, but it's gotta be a damn good reason also. So these are due April 9th. So the end of that final check-in. So it's the 5th and the 9th. Because of time constraints, I'm going to be very strict on hand-ins. If it's handed in late, it will be a deduction, and I can't accept them past like mid that next week, because then I have to get things graded and I have to get your grades in. So this is when timelines get very, very sticky. So we need to make sure we nail that down. Handing in. So again, as I mentioned to you guys, a PDF presentation of your desktop and mobile in one PDF. This, I'm actually going to add that in there. Oh, I did have it here. So once completed, you export your files as JPEGs, and you're to create a presentation of the desktop and mobile. A title page including, it should be a clean, professional looking presentation. A PDF of your presentation in hand in one PDF. Again, reminder, it's desktop and mobile in one. I've hammered you on the head, so I just get one PDF. And then you're going to be sharing your prototype, and I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay.